Welcome to another episode of This Is My Opinion. I'm your host, Kaio, and today, what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about Sandland. So, what I think about Sandland? Did I watch the anime? No. Did I pay attention in the story? You know me, guys, of course not. I understand what they're trying for. Eh, eh. So, what is Sandland? As you can see by those beautiful images, is a game created by for the same author of Dragon Ball. You can see heavy influence on the design of the characters for Dragon Ball and the whole world. Like the whole design for the vehicles, the whole design for the dinosaurs, and all of those things are very heavy inspired by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball. So what I think about Sandland. Again, I played it for free because PlayStation just give it to me. As always, thank you so much for the subscription to PlayStation. I think like most of the games that I play are give it to them, give them a gift from them. And about Sandland, it's a fun game. Getting for free is always funnier because it didn't cost me anything to play it. But just going on Steam and seeing the price for it is like $80. Is it expensive? Yes. You should pay that? Of course not. Zenland, even though you have a very good looking game because the artwork is carrying all the weight. Since this is an anime game, all the texture are basically flat, so it's not beautiful, but it's very good looking for they're trying to be. They're trying to go for that Akira Toriyama type. And what about Zenland? The story is basically about this guy. Uh, his name is like Beelzebub. See, yes, the devil, because he's from the Devil Clan. Ooh. And he's living on the world in this world because after that you notice that it's just a country, so that's kind of like break a little bit of the illusion of a desert. That's why you have the name Sandland. And he's helping a guy to basically find the promised land, that is a place where all the water is storage. And because the biggest problem of living in a desert is nobody has water. Not having water, you cannot plant, you cannot survive, and you're basically living on a Mad Max world. From that, you are the son of a biggest devil. Eh, You go place to place fighting the government, and you're discovering because somehow the government have a lot of water. How they get all those water? A shocking plot twist. They build a barricade for all the water, and you basically destroy it to make the river flow for everybody again. So government bad. Surprise. But even though it's a very lighthearted static, they talk about a very difficult topic about the starvation, about the everybody's dying because they don't have food. They talk about crime wars, war, war crimes, because what one of the characters needs to do did it a war crime without noticing and screwed up everything. But it's a very chill game that you just basically go around with your little tank and your little vehicles, and you fight with those tanks, those vehicles. As you can see, you have the motorcycle that's basically for traversal, but you have like a little turret on top of it, and you just go and you fight like those big monsters. That specific big one is like the last boss, but sure. And you have like this very trip adventure that is basically you're going place to place, helping cities, collecting citizens for your own base camp. That for the game you're starting constructing a city. You see, you have like all the water, the reservoir of the government, and this is like the government base. The government is bad, and they're basically keeping up all the water for himself instead of the sharing with people. So capitalist bad. For me, this game is very chill. That's why it's hard to judge because most of the time you're just like doing chores and meeting new people and then helping them and giving them the opportunity to move to your village and just say, oh, you need to you need to complete this mission so I can move on or help my smaller village so I can move to yours. And you just, okay, fine. And you just do that and then your village grow. Your village growing, you can customize your vehicles, uh, you can customize you can buy items and then you can customize your weapons, upgrade your weapons, change the colors, buy stuff, complete missions, and etc. Everything on your village. And of course, you have the villains. And the biggest plot twist of this game is basically when you think the game is over, after you finding the water for the country, because the whole mission, like the whole first mission of the part of this game, is basically helping this guy, Raul, to find the water for the people. After you find that, you start internal conflict with the other country, the forest land. Oh, forest. That is absurd for me. Because how do you have basically a country that is all desert? Fine, everybody there is dying. And you have a country beside it that is forest. It's not just like a couple of trees. It's a dense forest. And the people doesn't help each other. It was like basically depending on the government. I know that they are basically a dictatorship and they basically block the way from it. But you can see here is a complete desert, and here you have trees, you have greens, and you have fighting bandits. And I love the bandits because the bandits is basically the cards type. So you have aces, so you have spades, you have hearts, you have diamonds, and you have clubs. And this is like the Joker one that is like the strongest. And again, you control your Mac. You have control with a Mac. You have like different types of vehicles. And this game is basically divided into, I would say, three parts. You have exploration, that is basically walking around in an empty map trying to find resources. You have on foot combat, that is a very, very basic combat, like four buttons combat. Do you basically have like a strong punch, a strong attack, and your specials? And you have a party of you that does basically nothing. And you have your vehicle combat, that is the majority of the game. Because why should I fight on foot and you cannot fight on foot against a tank? So you basically go tank on tank, and you have like different types of vehicles. And the idea is nice. It's basically trying to get new different types of gameplay using different vehicles. Because you have your tank that you have your heavy damage, but that's low, and you have your flying car that is a little bit faster than a tank and has lower firepower. And you have your motorcycle that is a lot faster than a tank, and you cannot deal any damage with it. You have like your robot that is strong as a tank, but can only fight closely, and other types of vehicles as well. That's a very change of pace. But again, you don't have a lot of enemy variety. You have dinosaurs. You have three colors of dinosaurs. You have like those tigers, and you have like two types of tigers, and you have a smaller tiger. You have a lion. You have humans to fight against with. You have this spoiler thing. This is the only section that you fly, okay, and is on rails, okay. But yeah, after a while, you're basically fighting against like the forest people. And once again, the game pull the rug out of you and say, "We have another plot twist." I'm not gonna say it, but the third plot twist, you say, "Huh, that's nice," and the game's end. And you have the whole world to explore and get the loot and get all different types of things. You have conflict, and again, you have a very, very cartoonish vibe and a very friendly, family-friendly game. Except when you're talking about crime wars, about killing dozens, make a whole species goes extinct because they were researching a way to create water out of nothing, and if you're not stopping them, your whole how can your country be profitable with the water resources they already have? Yeah, those things are creepy and are all about like the racism against the demons because they are demons. They're evil. And you notice that no, they're just like a different species and they're very chill. And they're basically saving the world with the humans. They even though the humans despise all the all the demons. Should you play this game? I mean, if you get it for free like me, yeah, sure, give it a try. The combat is not fun, but the exploration, just roaming around and using the cars and tanks are pretty much fun. I didn't platinum this game, but I come up like really close because the grinding, man. Oh my god, when you to get the platinum, you have like to grind a lot, and I just I don't want to ruin the game. The game was like almost enough for me, so I don't want to spoil my experience. And how long to beat? How long to beat? You can see that is not a very long game. It's like 20 hours and 36. You see, 20 hours for the story. Fine. Doing the main and the sides, 36. To get the platinum or to get like the whole achievements, 62. You have 30-hour buffer just to doing random collecting shit. Not fun. For the Metacritics, I completely agree with the average score. I think this game is a 7 out of 10. Straight up. But again, I don't believe in sevens. So fuck me, I guess. I'm gonna give it an 8 because it's way better than a 6. Your story are there. You have a lot of plot twists. You have a little bit of plot holes that I said, like about the water and about nobody doing anything. I know there is a government, but you have your whole population to fight it against it, and they're just yeah, I don't care, and they talk about like very interesting topics like racism, like bad decisions on the peoples that are in power. Like you have to have good leaders to lead a nation, and if you don't have those, you're screwed. So that's why I'm giving it an 8. It was a very fun game. I had a good time. I would not grind for everything. Yeah, I think that is summarizes good my review for Sandland. So tell me what you think about it. Did you watch the anime? It's very close to the game. Did you play the game? You think I'm wrong? So yeah, leave your comments and see you on the next one. Bye bye.